Last night in the latest installment of the Battle of the Bay with the new Bridge Trophy on the line, the A's came out flat in front of a lively Bay Area crowd. The Giants took Game 1 as they gave the green and gold a taste of their own medicine, rallying late and taking Game 1 of this storied interleague matchup. Tonight, the teams are at it again in what will be a fun and exciting home-and-home week of Bay Area baseball. A's and Giants, Game 2, next. Well, it's a Saturday night in San Francisco, Game 2 of the series. We are at AT Park, and the pitching matchup tonight, a couple of veterans, left-hander Brett Anderson and right-hander Jeff Samardzija. It's the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. Along with Dallas Braden, I'm Glenn Kuiper. You saw Brett Anderson. It'll be his 6th start on the year. More importantly, his 2nd start since coming back from the disabled list, Dallas. And he pitched pretty well in Cleveland. 5 innings, threw a lot of pitches, but I thought the stuff was pretty good in his last start.
Yeah, dealing with some shoulder fatigue. You said it, coming off the DL in Cleveland. He did pitch well. 5 innings of shutout baseball, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And for Brett, he's really got to do a good job of getting ahead of guys. That's what he did in Cleveland. And as you see, he was able to throw the wrinkle and keep some guys off balance. So if he can fill up the strike zone early and often and use that slider down and in against the right-handed hitters of the San Francisco Giants lineup, it could bode well for Brett and the A's.
And Jeff Samardzija also making his 2nd start back from the disabled list. So that's the pitching matchup tonight for Game 2 of this 3-game series. And that's what we're playing for, folks. The Bridge. Who's going to win it? We'll find out next weekend. Lineup's first pitch when we come back.
Sports California is brought to you by Toyota. Designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares. No hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the $5.99 Jack Spicy Chicken Club combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box.
All right, we're set for baseball. Jeff Samardzija has already finished up his warm-up tosses. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 59 degrees, so a little cooler tonight. And you can feel it before first pitch. So that is the weather tonight here in San Francisco. So Samardzija is ready. The first hitter for the Athletics is Marcus Semien, and this ball game is officially underway. And the first pitch is low. So 7:05 first pitch. We'll give you the rest of the A's lineup in just a moment. Marcus Semien at 253, 7 homers, 33 runs batted in. Another pitch that's low, and it's 2-0.
See the first two pitches of the game here off speed from Samardzija, 87, 81 miles an hour there. On himself in a 2-0 hole.
Driven to left. Hernandez coming in, and he's got to play it on a hop. So Marcus Semien with the leadoff single. All right, here's the rest of the A's starting lineup. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Saw Semien. Now it's Piscotty, Olson, Davis, Chapman, Pinder, Fowler, Fegley, and Anderson. There's your A's starting lineup.
Taking on Jeff Samardzija, the Shark, making his second start back from the DL. Dealing with some shoulder issues, some shoulder tightness, as well as Brett Anderson. But you can see the numbers there. ERA 6.42 over 40 innings. Only 29 strikeouts.
A lot of walks, too, for Samardzija.
A lot of free passes. And he's a guy who's been erratic at times with the fastball.
There's another shot right at Hernandez, and he grabs it. So Piscotty hit that ball on a line. So one away. Umpires, it's Vic Carapazza calling balls and strikes. Ben May at first, Jordan Baker at second, and the crew chief is Greg Gibson. And Greg Gibson is down at third. So with one out, here's Matt Olson hitting in the third spot tonight. Jed Lowry not in the lineup after the collision in right field with Piscotty. So the lineup shifted around just a little bit. Olson, who usually hits in the fifth spot, moves up to the third spot.
And I think if we're lucky, we might see Jed tomorrow. I'm sure he's available off the bench in a crucial situation. Well, with the All-Star break coming up, you got an opportunity to rest what, in my opinion, is probably your team's MVP heading into the break. Get yourself a few extra days. Who knows? Maybe he gets the nod, gets an AB or a couple innings defensively in the All-Star game in DC. But an opportunity to rest one of your guys.
2-0 the count to Olson, hitting .238, 19 home runs and 46 runs batted in.
He's been swinging it decently on the road trip, 7 for 28.
Sitting on a 2-0 pitch. He drives into right field. McCutchen backs up, and McCutchen's there, but another hard hit ball. So 3 straight hard hit balls by the A's. But unfortunately, 2 outs. Defensively for the Giants, Hernandez is in left, Duggar's in center, McCutchen's at right. Darno at third, Crawford at short, Hansen at second, Belt at first, and Buster Posey is your catcher. So 2 away for Chris Davis. Davis did not start last night's game, but when Jed Lowry was injured, Pinder came in to play second base. Davis went out to left field. So he ended up getting a couple of at-bats. He was 0 for 2. So this is the injury last night for Jed Lowry. And his leg got caught up underneath Piscotty just a little bit.
Yeah, you're wondering if there's a miscommunication. Obviously, the play was made by Jed. But you can see Piscotty come in sliding, kind of knew that, you know what, there's going to be some impact here. But I think Jed nailed it. He said, you know, thankfully, he felt better even in the clubhouse after the game than he did initially as the injury occurred.
You know what was a little scary, too, on that play? He really banged his head hard on the ground.
Right, yeah.
And initially, you're thinking the knee, but when you watch the replay, He really banged his head. Kind of like a football player does when he gets tackled.
Right, and there's a couple things you're thinking there, right? Concussion, maybe something, a neck issue you'd hate to see lingered, but thankfully everything worked out all right to the best.
Chad Pinder playing second base tonight. 1-1 the count to Chris Davis. Simeon opened up the ball game with a base hit to left field. A's had just 3 hits last night. The only run came on Pinder's home run. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. So a little bit of a, it's funny, even though they only had 3 hits, they still had some opportunities. Of course, the big one in the 1 inning where they had the bases loaded.
You got the 7th inning, bags are juiced, and Pablo lays out and makes a heck of a play down the line.
Gardner got the win last night. 102 pitches in 6 innings.
And that kind of tells you how the night went for Bum. 102 pitches over the course of 6 innings.
Davis hits a high fly ball, shallow right field. McCutchen, see, fighting that wind a little bit, and he makes the catch. So a leadoff single, nothing else for the Athletics. Brett Anderson, time to get to work. Right center field bleachers, so they're going to have a good time tonight. Here's the lineup for the Giants, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Darno, Belt, McCutchen, Posey, Crawford, Hernandez, Duggar, Hanson, Samardzija. That's the Giants lineup.
They'll be taking on the southpaw, Brett Anderson. We saw work well last time out in Cleveland, as we talked about. One thing to pay attention to with Brett tonight is he's got to do a better job of getting ahead with strike one. That seems to be an area in which he's really lacked. Only 50% first pitch strike rate, league average somewhere around 60% type. So for Brett, a guy who's no longer got the ability to overpower you, you like to see him spin those breaking balls early for strike one if you can, and work from there.
In the hole and a base hit. Sounded like it may have been a broken bat. So the A's got their leadoff man aboard in the top of the first. The Giants do the same here in the bottom of the first.
That's Chase Darno, their leadoff man, hitting 375 against lefties. And he just takes this sinker down and away. A little up, but to your point, off the end of the bat, and you can hear there in the replay, it went down a hero.
Pitchcast brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. So here's Belt, lefty on lefty. First pitch is foul ball. Belt at 294. 13 home runs and 42 runs batted in. Belt a 260 hitter against left-handed pitching.
And Brett himself not doing a tremendous job of getting the lefties out. Lefty's hitting an even 300 against Brett.
Giants as a team hitting .239 against lefties, .259 against righties, and as a team they started out pretty well against lefties, but lately they've really struggled. And with the Giants facing Anderson and then Manaya, maybe a chance for the A's to take advantage of that.
It's a good opportunity if the offense can get going and click. The numbers you just mentioned give you a really good opportunity to take 2 or 3.
Pinder's got it, fires to second for 1. Chapman spins around and his throw is late. So Chapman, it was his duty to be the pivot man on the double play.
Well, and that's what Brett has done a good job of, and against left-handers, is keeping them on the ground. And again, this onside fastball here, sinking action. He's able to get the ground ball to the pull side off the bat of Belt. You see Pinder on the pivot here. Chappie with a nice pirouette to clear himself. Just not enough time to bang Belt over at first.
Fielder's choice. Here's McCutchen. McCutchen 1 for 2 last night with a walk, and he had a sacrifice fly. So the breaking ball drops in first strike.
And Brett can continue to do that and move that curve ball around. Again, without the velocity, location on the fastball is important, but Brett definitely knows how to pitch, and he can move that heater around if he's ahead in the count.
And Brett Anderson has faced the Giants 9 times in his career, all starts. This is the 10th. A couple of wins, 4.53 ERA, but in 2015 when he was pitching for the Dodgers, he faced them 6 times in that one season. 6 times.
Get real familiar real quick.
Check swing, and he went around. And the results were some good, some bad in that one season. Here in this ballpark, 1-4 with a 4.80 ERA. So for the Dodger blue. Close pitch. Could have been a strike.
It's a heck of a pitch by Brett. That's going to be the bread and butter. We talked at the top of the broadcast. If he can work that slider down and in, I mean, that's a called strike 3. Quality pitch, quality 2-strike pitch, depth in the zone. I don't know how McCutchen laid off it.
He lines that one to Chapman. Chapman grabs it, and that's the second out. So 2 outs. Defensively, the A's have Davis, Fowler, and Piscotty in the outfield. Chapman, Simeon, Pinder, and Olsen on the infield, and Josh Phegley is behind the plate tonight. So 2 outs, and Posey steps up.
Phegley getting the start. A little familiarity between Phegley and Brett, obviously in Nashville.
First pitch strike.
I think that might be a changeup that we're seeing there from Brett Anderson, but take a look at the snag by Chappie, huh? I feel like he was almost moving pre-pitch.
He may have been.
Anticipating where that ball was going to end up.
Bounces in front. 1-1 the count to Posey. Well, tonight any 95-mile-per-hour fastball is our fast pitch, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest Wi-Fi at home and on the go.
Now this count right here, this is a count to also pay attention to throughout the evening for Brett Anderson. He's done a tremendous job of converting 1-1 counts into 1-2 counts 61% of the time. League average around 56.
That one's bounced into right field, and that's a base hit. Belt is going to try for third. They got a shot. Piscotty's throw is, it hits Belt, and he's safe. Well, Belt, a very risky play, and it is the one thing that can happen. You can make a good throw from that angle, and it can hit the runner, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, it's a great piece of hitting by Buster Posey here. You've got the right side open, holding the runner. You got a nice little hole to work with here. He just shoots it to the right, and Piscotty comes up making a really strong throw and ends up squaring up Belt right in the 9. Take a look here. He's going to right off the belt of belt.
Well,
this is something
Belt
you don't
had to do it again. He probably wouldn't go.
Probably right. Belt not known as the most fleet of foot guy on the team, but a heck of an effort to go first to third.
Well, here's Crawford. But if you just think about the angles on that play, it's a hard throw to make because you do have to get it over the runner.
You do. From the right field side, you've got one option, and that's to throw that ball towards the home plate side of third base and hope as a righty that run from your arm or the carry will take you back into the target in an effort to try to potentially avoid the runner.
So Crawford gets hit. That's the third Giants hitter that's been hit in this series. Twice last night and now once here in the first inning. Does that become an issue, Dallas Braden?
I don't think so because, one, there's no intent here. Obviously, Brett Anderson, we got 2 outs here, men in scoring position. He's not trying to add any more traffic to the base path if he doesn't have to.
But does there come a time where intent doesn't matter?
I don't think so.
You understand what I'm saying?
I absolutely do, where you're kind of saying, look, I understand that you're not trying to go in here,
anybody,
but we just can't have you thinking that we're going to be okay with you nailing 3 or 4 of our guys without any sort of acknowledgement from us.
It is the big leagues, right?
It is. And we've known a couple San Francisco Giants to have a long memory.
(0-1) to Gorkis Hernandez. Big chopper. Simeon Chapman grabs it and he throws in time. Nice play by Matt Chapman. And the Giants leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the first.
We're talking about the Oakland Athletics, an approach against the man out there on the mound, the Shark, and it is see him up. See him up. And you're asking, what does that mean, see him up? Well, he struggled throwing his off speed for strikes. So knowing that that's going to be a game plan of Samardzija, an effort to try to get the breaking balls over the plate, probably early for strike one, something he hasn't had a lot of success doing. See that breaking ball up. Hit it, take advantage of it. You find yourself in an advantageous count. You don't want to go fishing down in the bottom of the zone. Make sure he gives you a pitch nice and fat that you can handle.
That one misses badly. 2-0.
A little too far up.
Chapman, Pinder, and Fowler for the A's here in the second inning. And now 3-0.
Take a look at the offerings from the Shark here. Fastball 55%. You saw there, slider at 19%. Take a look at that opponent's batting average on the curveball.
89, not close.
over 500.
So Chapman with a leadoff walk. Well, when Samardzij's right, I mean, he's a legitimate 93-94 with pretty good movement.
Yeah,
I'm not sure he looks right tonight.
No, he's got the ability to sink the ball at times. He's got some swing and miss in him as well, but we haven't seen that this year, and I think it's a byproduct. One, he's trying to get his feet back underneath him. He hasn't been healthy. If you're not in the zone, or you're constantly nibbling on the peripheral or trying to get back into counts, you're not giving yourself an opportunity to get comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, you might be trying to feel for your execution.
That pitch misses well off the plate.
You can just tell, even with that breaking ball, he's feeling for the pitch. Go back to last night. Chad Pinder swiping right on the Mad Bum heater. It's a big blast, especially last night. You think about the marine layer, blanket of fog coming in. Good AB by Pinder to knot that game up at 1.
So 1-0 to Pinder. Not close. 2-0. A's have 7 players with 10 or more home runs, led by Davis. Chapman and Pinder have 10 each. Kurt Young's going to come out as Samardzij has thrown 6 balls, and really none of them have been close. And the fastballs that he threw that I saw were 89.
Yeah, he just doesn't look comfortable. His arm looks a little slow, like he's lagging behind him. You gotta remember, it's 35 games he missed with right shoulder tightness.
Well, it's been a frustrating year because he started the season on the disabled list with that injury, came back, did not pitch well, and then went back on, and before this year he's never been on the disabled list.
Yeah, he missed those first 18 games you mentioned. He missed those with the pec strain.
Yep.
So he's been dealing with a lot as far as the throwing side of his body.
Yep, all the same side. Missed again at 92, and now it's 3-0. 7 consecutive balls thrown by Samardzij.
Cap, I know it's 7 consecutive balls, but with Chad Pinder's ability to jump ship, he gets a heater down the middle. I'm turning the blues.
He didn't like that one, so he took it, and now it's 3-1. Chapman the runner at first, decent lead. And Pinder takes outside, and he walked him. Back-to-back walks.
Through the A's right now, the key to this inning here is obviously patience. We talked about seeing him up, a key to the game. At this point in time, it's just see him in the zone, force him to throw strikes back-to-back.
And a couple of the outs made in that first inning were line drive outs. Piscotty and Olsen both hit line drives. Fowler takes a strike at 92 miles an hour. Fowler at 241, 6 home runs. On deck is Fegley.
Right there, that's also been a struggle for Samardzij. One of the first 2 pitches for strikes, only 82%, league average 86%. And we talk about this a lot. If he shows an inability to throw one of his offerings for a strike consistently or frankly at all early in the count, hitters will just start to eliminate those pitches and start to sit on whatever it is he can throw for a strike.
That one driven to left center. Duggar on the move, still on the move, and he caught it. Tagging up is Chapman. He goes from second to third, but Well, that was a heck of a catch by Duggar. He covered a whole bunch of ground.
Well, this is why they like Duggar so much, his ability to handle the bat. At the top of the lineup, he's got a little sock as well. But when you're playing here at this park with Triples Alley to his left, a big gap over to his right, 382 in the left center gap, Kite 421 in the right center gap, you're going to need somebody who can absolutely cover ground. And you saw it on full display there from Steven Duggar.
So now the A's have runners at the corners with one out for Fegley. First pitch to Fegley is a breaking ball, and this time a strike. So maybe the first breaking ball he's got called a strike.
I think he might have got a little help. He doesn't need any. But again, that's going to be the name of the game, and I think they pay attention to these numbers, kind of the same stuff I'm looking at here. That's why I thought it'd be important for the Oakland A's to be able to square up his off speed.
Strike two. So another one that looked like it may have been off the plate a little bit, and just like that, Fegley's down 0-2.
Well, you've got two veterans going to work here. You see Buster dressing it up back there for Vic behind home plate. Vic Carapazzo, the home plate umpire. If you're going to get a little love away, keep going out there. Let's see how far you can take him with you.
Another 2 inches.
You know it.
Little pop-up right field. McCutchen coming in. Chapman tagging. He's going to try, and he's going to make it. The throw is well offline by McCutchen, and Chapman scores. So not a good throw by McCutchen. And the A's will take it, and they lead 1-0.
Well, that ball hung up and gave McCutchen time to get to it, and I bet if he had to do it all over again, he might give himself a little bit more of an opportunity to play through this ball a little stronger. Seems like he came up and kind of stopped his momentum just a tad. Makes a strong throw, but up the first base line, and that takes Posey out of the play. And the A's are up 1-0.
Here's Anderson. First pitch, a strike. Now listen, it's the time to take a little chance if you're the base runner. If it's the second out on the catch,
and he can run.
Yes, he can. Left field, and Brett Anderson's going to have himself a base hit. It drops fair. He'll take it.
Athlete.
Wow.
Brett Anderson. Just how you draw it up, Kite. Huh? Gotta like it. Look at the finish. Out here in the Bay Area. Oh, Will the Thrill-esque.
Yeah, there was a little high finish there.
Nice little high finish.
And the inning extends, and now here's Simeon. That's a big hit.
It's a huge hit. I know we're joking and giving Brett a hard time here, but when you can flip that lineup over one more time. Look at this. Someone snapped that. I found myself a new screensaver.
I always say too, pitcher getting a hit, it is a big deal, and it has to frustrate the pitcher.
Look at the exit velocity, 77.9, almost 78. Kind of like my heater.
Thinking, all right, I'm going to get out of this with 1 run. All right, that's not bad. But then the pitcher gets a hit, and he's got to be hacked off.
Well, I mean, it can just take the wind out of your sail. You talk about those extended at-bats, 10-pitch, 12-pitch at-bats. If you don't get that out, you think about the video games and an energy bar, where your energy bar just zapped, gone. You're thinking, how do I get back into the same thing when the pitcher gets up there, gets a knock?
Especially if you're scuffling.
Right.
And he is clearly scuffling, and then you don't get the pitcher up. So see if Simeon can take advantage. Popped up. Shallow center. Crawford going out, but Duggar's there. And he's got it. So the A's get 1 run and a couple of walks. Signal, sacrifice fly. 1-0 Athletics. Franklin Barretto's called up. J.B. Wendelken, a right-handed pitcher. We've seen him in the big leagues a couple years ago. He was called up. Santiago Casilla was designated for assignment. And Ryan Dull was optioned to AAA. Also, Daniel Migden off the disabled list. He's going to go to AAA. Let's make sure he's ready to go when they start the second half. But interesting stuff. Wendelken, a reliever. Barretto, an extra infielder, at least for the next 2 nights. But Santiago Casilla designated for assignment. So we wish him the best.
Absolutely, and I do think that's probably the story. Obviously, you're losing an arm in the bullpen, but it was somebody in Santiago who just wasn't right, just wasn't himself. And if he does go unclaimed, he will then have the opportunity to accept the assignment and head to Nashville and maybe iron some things out. If that's not the case, as you said, Kipe, we do wish him well. Former teammate of mine.
Pretty good career.
And you know these days come, and this is that ugly part of the business side of this game.
That would flip down the left field line, and it's fair. Chris Davis picks it up. Duggar's going to try for second, and Duggar's going to make it. And that's a leadoff double. So he just kind of dropped it down the left field line.
Kind of reminds me of a swing we saw last half inning off Brett Anderson, actually. Just a little fillet over to left field. Duggar, kid can fly. So he's thinking if it's fair, I've got the ability to get to second here. Let's see, he cruises in nicely.
He had a couple doubles last night, another one tonight. He had 27 doubles in 78 games in AAA, so that's kind of his thing.
We talked about how important he's been for these guys.
Bounced in the hole, and that's a base hit. Duggar, they're going to wave him home. Chris Davis's throw is cut off. The throw to the plate is high, and Duggar scores. And just like that, this game is tied at 1. So Hansen gets his 26th RBI.
Well, the scouting report says that Chris Davis doesn't have one of the strongest throwing arms in baseball, so you've got the opportunity with the game right in front of you to make a decision. I think the speed of Duggar is what allows this decision to be made.
So bunt situation, Samar just squares. Excuse me, Dallas.
I was just going to say there was no hesitation in that decision making. I think from get-go it was going to be a wave around. He was going to score.
Chapman sneaking in. Samardzija takes high.
It's just the speed of Duggar, as I said, Kipe, in my opinion, that allows this play to happen here. The scouting reports are what they are, but when you've got a guy with the utility, that tool in the bag that Duggar has,
use it.
You know it.
And that one's outside, and now the count 2-0. And Samardzija, of course, showing bunt early, and that's allowing Chapman to really crash hard, as they like to say. Olsen holding Hansen on at first. Bunted, and it's a pretty good bunt. Fegley takes a glance at second, and he throws to first, so Samardzija executes the sacrifice. So runner at second, 1 out for the top of the order.
Just a little NL baseball, huh? Get him on, get him over, try to get him in.
I always say too, I mean, everybody talks about executing the bunt.
Sure.
Right? But really, just as important is executing the bunt defensively.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, I know the run expectancy table tells you that you actually have a lower chance of scoring from second base with 1 out after the sacrifice bunt, but I always think about the things that have to happen in order for those numbers to bear out, which means you have to have somebody field the ball. They have to execute the throw.
Sure.
You have to execute the catch. So in my opinion, there's 3 variables, 3 opportunities for that play to fail. If it's not fielded cleanly initially, if there's an errant throw or a throw that's made and it's not able to be corralled on the back end at first base, those are 3 opportunities for that simple play to go awry, which is why I think it still has a life
I agree.
can still exist in the game of baseball. Oh my. I need his Uber contact information yesterday.
I can see you driving that right now in Southern California.
Wow. Holy gigawatts.
Are you going to be able to concentrate on the game?
That is amazing. I have got my flex capacitor is running overtime right now.
They're opening the door for you.
Oh.
Come on, Dallas.
Is there any? I will sit on the flex capacitor if I have to. Just get me in there. That's awesome. And he's got the yellow suit on too.
He's doing it all.
Man,
we got a name for a guy like that. Cool guy. That is a cool guy.
He is.
1-2 to Chase Darno, who had a base hit opening up the bottom of the first. He was wiped out on a fielder's choice. Hansen, the runner at second. He has very good speed.
I mentioned 2 strikes here in this AB. This has also been a little bit of a thorn in the side of Brett Anderson, having trouble finishing these ABs off once he gets to 2 strikes. Only 61% of these ABs become outs. League average 75%.
Hansen runs. Vegley's throw is in time, and they got him. So Hansen trying to steal third. Vegley says, I don't think so.
Well, this is a heck of a job by Begley, because Hansen got an okay jump here, but for Begley to be able to handle that pitch down and in, it actually works out. Gives Begley the opportunity to get some momentum going to third base down that line. Does a good job of clearing the hitter. Chappie slaps the tag on.
So 2-2 the count. Strike 3 call. So first strikeout for Anderson. Giants get a run. It's a 1-1 game after 2. Going to be Piscotty, Olsen, and Davis. And we're keeping a close eye on Jeff Samardzija, who just has not looked good. And we say that just because we know what his velocity and movement usually is, and it's not there. We'll see if the A's can take advantage. They did get a run in the second, and they had some hard hit balls in the first. Piscotty lined to left. That one driven to right field. McCutcheon going back, and he's going to play it off the wall. He picks it up. He fires it back in, but Piscotty's got a double.
Well, it's been a dry summer here in the Bay Area, and Josh Fegley knows it. So what's he do? Time to break out the hose and go to work, Kite. That's right. 1-6 pop time down there to third base, huh? He's ready. Talked about that slider down and in the momentum, carrying him to his target. Great job of not only corralling that pitch and handling it, good transfer. That's what they call catch and throw.
StatCast powered by AWS. Ball tapped away. Posey's throw to third, and not in time. Piscotty at third with nobody out. And there is action in the Giants bullpen as Samardzija is all over the place.
And I don't know if Piscotty's going to get out of this with a clean bill of health. I feel like he might have got something on the rib cage here, maybe a strain, intercostal oblique, something. You can see as he goes into the slide here, he puts that hand down. And these injuries are so ticky-tack, so finicky, Kite.
He reached right there.
You can see right about there.
Reaches for his left side. Right there.
Yeah. And what's unfortunate is the game of baseball is so rotational that even on a slide where you haven't necessarily recruited that muscle group, it can still be affected. But you go out and you go to make one throw, you might feel it grab.
Sure.
Heck, you take a deep breath, you sneeze.
So Holland is warming up, and he's warming up quickly.
I think we just, as we've kind of pointed out, Jeff Samardzija just doesn't have the whip on his arm that I think we're used to seeing. He's not really able to finish pitches out in front right now.
So Piscotty at third, and nobody out. So golden opportunity for the A's to grab the lead back here in the third. Right at the league average. Getting a run home from third with less than 2 outs. The league average is 53%. Some rolls and foul, and now the count's 1-2. Here's the last 100 balls put in play by Matt Olson.
That number right there at the shortstop spot, 20%. I like to see that number because that tells you that Ole in clutch situations.
Popped up, middle of the diamond. It's going to be the shortstop Crawford, and he's got it.
What I was going to say is it gives you the idea that Ole's not afraid to cut the swing down and take the ball where it's pitched. You like to see that, especially from a young guy. Obviously, the ability to pull the ball with power.
Well, one away. And here's Chris Davis. Davis hit a fly ball to right field in the first. So the infield comes in, but not all the way in.
About halfway.
About halfway.
And even the first baseman, Brandon Belt, was shaded heavily towards second base. Obviously, Chris Davis with the ability to go to the right side with power, with authority. Again, we talk about pitching to scouting reports.
Fouled at the plate, a mighty swing by Chris Davis, so 1-1 the count. Davis with 63 RBIs on the year. J.D. Martinez coming into today leads the league, 79 RBIs. Davis tied for 5th. That one's hit high in the air to left field. Going back, Hernandez, and Hernandez has it right in front of the wall, plenty deep to score Stephen Piscotty, and a second sacrifice fly of the night for the A's, and it's 2-1.
This pitch here is just missed by KD. Obviously, again, the ability to go deep. But he gets a pitch that he can handle. He can prop up and get out in the air. He'll take it.
So the A's take advantage of the wild pitch. Chapman hits a high, towering pop-up left center. And Duggar has it. Side retired, A's get a run. Piscotty a double. He scores on Davis's sacrifice fly. 2-1 Athletics. Bottom of the third inning, Bell, McCutcheon, Posey against Brett Anderson. First pitch, breaking ball, first strike.
Like to see it, Kipe. Like to see it. It's a sign of Brett starting to get comfortable, and hopefully if he can continue to do that, he can take advantage of getting ahead of these guys, forcing the action on this offense. And that right there, that fastball, they wanted it up and in. He just got around it a little bit, cut it. But if he can execute breaking balls early in the count and go back to that heater up top, like I said, he's a pitcher.
Hit well to center. Fowler backs up though, and he's got plenty of room.
Time for the Battle of the Bay, folks. Next weekend, the Giants make their way on home to Oakland to open up the Bay Bridge Series presented by Gilead Sciences starting July 20th. The 3-day are packed with giveaways and promotions, including 80s fireworks on Friday, 89 World Series champion team reunion on Saturday, and Sunday, running Ricky Henderson and the Bobble Legs giveaway on Sunday. Come get it. Grab yours at athletics.com/battle. It's time to defend the Bay.
So it'll be a fun weekend next weekend. We're looking forward to that, especially get the All-Star break, recharge a little bit, and then a big home series next weekend. After that weekend series against the Giants, the A's will hit the road. They will go to Texas for 4 and Colorado for 3. So Coors Field.
That's right. Altitude.
One and 2 the count to McCutcheon.
Not a bad place for an offense to go after the break, huh?
Fastball is high.
You see Brett just missing with that fastball up in the zone location. If he can put that, well, he's trying to throw a ball intentionally is what he's trying to do, so he can work off of location.
Simeon charges. He's got it. And McCutcheon, is he hurt or did he slip? He may have slipped coming out of the box. So an easy play for Marcus Simeon.
And I just want to make a point here. with McCutcheon slipping out of the box. He very easily could have shut it down right there, turned around and taken it back to the dugout. No chance of beating that ball out. But when you hear the phrase, play the game the right way, it's just the little things. Finish the play, go ahead and tag first base, because I heard it all the time, you can't be safe at first until you tag it. So feel free to mix that one in, but just honoring and respecting the game in the way that you were taught to play it.
Posey finds a dry spot out there, and he drops it in for a single, so he's 2 for 2. 4 hits in the series.
That's what happens when you're living right, huh?
Yes, indeed. And here's Crawford. Crawford was hit by a pitch in the first inning. And that loaded the bases, but Anderson got out of it. Crawford is going to the All-Star game, as we know, the starter, but he's kind of limping to the break. 3 for his last 32. So his average now at 292. It was up as high as 325.
He was off to a hot start. He's sustaining the performance.
Yep.
I know at one point in time, the Giants broadcaster and radio announcer Dave Fleming was on the record as saying Brandon Crawford should absolutely be in the NL MVP conversation.
Matt Williams. He's on outside. Crawford retired, and the struggles continue for him. Giants get a hit and nothing else.
All on NBC Sports California is brought to you by the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
So it is the top of the 4th inning here in San Francisco, with the A's leading 2-1. A's with a run in the second and a run in the third, both coming on sacrifice flies. It'll be Pinder, Fowler, and Fegley here in the 4th. Pinder takes a little bit high, and it's 2-0.
And you know, we watch Samardzija, we've seen him now through 3 innings. And when I look at the first 2 pitches of this inning, and frankly the first 2 of the game, off speed and missed.
And that hit Pinder.
I just can't help But notice that when he starts to throw those first pitch fastballs at game speed, he's extremely errant and off. And this run right here just runs up and in and catches the sleeve of Pinder. But for the folks at home who don't understand, when you're throwing your pitches or your warm-up pitches in between innings, the fastball velocity is not at game speed. Your breaking ball and your off-speed offerings, changeup or split, those typically are. And that's because you're not going to get the same action on those pitches if you don't utilize game speed, arm speed. But the fastball, not necessarily the case. So when you try to dial it up and get your 92, 93 that we're used to seeing from the Shark, and it's 90 and it's high, out of the zone, jerk to one side or the other, just gets me thinking if his shoulder's all right.
And that one at 89 in first strike. One of the highest ERAs in all of baseball at 6.42. Matt Moore over 7.
You know, and look, to Samardzij's credit, he's tough as nails, heck of an athlete. I mean, he's a wide receiver starting Major League Baseball games. You know, he's a pitcher as well. But he's gritty. He's going to grind these outings out.
But it does not look right. These have had quite a few base runners. Fowler just got a piece of it, and then it got a piece of Buster Posey.
You mentioned the base runners, Kite. The whip for Samardzij sitting at 167. It's a lot of traffic.
So 1 and 2. Fegley on deck. Fowler swing and a miss. So that's the first strikeout for Jeff Samardzij. Let's look back at Jeff Samardzij as an Athletic. This is 2014. He was traded on the 4th of July to the A's, and he went 5 and 6, had an ERA of 3.14 in 16 games. So he pitched pretty well for a very good A's team.
Well, even in these highlights, you can see just a little more of a rotation, but that arm, nice and whippy, finishing pitches.
So those were the numbers. So you look at the strikeouts and walks.
Yeah, take a look at that whip as well. Sub-1 in walks, hits, 3 innings
see
pitched.
that very often.
No.
Those are the starts with the A's. But even last year, Dallas, his numbers are not good. 9 and 15, 4.42 on a bad Giants team.
Right,
but he led the league in innings pitched and was 6th in strikeouts.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for, I always say there's something to be said for manning the post. 207 2/3 innings, over 32 starts. It's 32 times that Bochy and the Giants did not have to question.
Hansen grabs it, fires to first, not in time. So Fegley lines out to Hansen for the second out.
See defense playing straight up. Just a lazy soft liner. It's actually a good thing it probably wasn't hit any harder, because might have had an opportunity for Hansen to double off.
So here's the sweet swing in Brett Anderson. I say that because he dropped the base hit into left field in the second inning.
That's right. San Francisco's got Will the Thrill. We've got Brett the Threat.
And that went into the glove of Crawford. Anderson is retired. So the hit batter, nothing else for the A's. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 2-1 Athletics. July 2nd, 1997. He's headed over to Candlestick Park to take on the Giants in the first interleague matchup between these two teams. Mark McGuire, Scott Spezio, and Tony Batista all hit home runs. It was an 8-1 victory for the Athletics. It was day baseball at the Stick, so that's the first time these two teams met in interleague play. So 1997 is when interleague all started. And it's been here since then, and I still don't think it's going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. I was so excited for that, too. I remember, I think I was in like 8th grade, and was just thinking to myself, man, A's Giants again? Like,
Yep.
This is incredible. You don't have to wait for, these two teams to be the two best teams or the two hottest teams
That's only happened one time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was jazzed. I was jazzed. Growing up as a boy here in the Bay Area, obviously, if one club wasn't in town and I had the opportunity to go to a ball game, we just, by default, we're going to the other yard.
Absolutely.
That's what you're doing.
Bunted, and he missed it. The A's lead the all-time series 59-56, so it's fairly close. A's are 7-3 in interleague this year. The Giants are 4-4.
Type, we just saw Gorkys Hernandez there square around like he might have thought about pushing this ball. And you've got Gorkys, you've got Duggar, you've got Hansen, a few guys all in a row who can kind of handle the bat and kind of run. So that might be something to pay attention to here this half inning. These guys trying to bunt, put the ball on the ground for Brett Anderson and force him to field his position. If you notice, Brett, as he finished pitches, ends up on the third base side of the rubber more so than he does staying middle or first base side. That's just the way he finishes. So you watch here, he'll finish towards the third base side.
Fowler hustling back, still going back, and it's over his head. He picks it up, and Gorkys Hernandez has a leadoff double. So a breaking ball, and Hernandez hit it pretty well.
That's right, it's a breaking ball. They're trying to go down and in, and this thing just stays middle, catches too much of the plate. And Gorkys Hernandez gets the head out and drops it. And Speedy Fowler unable to make a play here. He'll just corral it, get it back into second. And again, now you've got runner in scoring position. A speedy Duggar at the dish. Chapman in at the corner at third base. Pender playing back. Olsen playing back.
Duggar doubled and scored in the third inning. And he bunts it, and he bunts it foul.
And this is part of his. This is part of what he's got in his tool bag, right? He's got the ability to handle the bat. He's got some, as I mentioned, he's got a little bit of pop they like. They think that he can come into at the big league level. But with his speed and ability to put bat to ball, he can make some things happen.
You know what he looks like? Remember Steve Finley?
Yeah, great center fielder.
He looks a lot like Steve Finley.
D-backs. Oh yeah.
Steve Finley hit a lot of home runs.
He did.
Oh, 2. Anderson kicks and deals, and that one down and away.
I can remember a ball game here, 2001 type. I'm sitting out in right center in those bleachers, and I believe it was Randy Johnson against Jason Schmidt at the time.
That's a good one.
And Steve Finley made an exceptional play out there in right center. I believe it was a ball actually off the bat of one Barry Lamar Bonds. Brought back a home run.
Finley could track him down, man.
He could go get it.
2-2 the count. Alan Hansen on deck. After that, the pitcher spot. So seeing a pinch hitter here in this inning is probably going to happen.
Take a look at this unconventional grip here. It looks like he's on the starting tee box.
Hits this one pretty well to left field. Davis going back, still going back, and he can't catch it. He picks it up, and they're going to wave home Hernandez, and he's going to score. So back-to-back doubles, and this game is tied at 2. Another double for Duggar. He's got 4 doubles in this series.
2 for 2 tonight with 2 of them as well. You can see Fegley trying to go up and in underneath the hands. Brett does a good job of being able to sink the baseball. But here against the lefty, this one is just got the head dropped on him. He does a beautiful job of staying inside the pitch and with authority to left field. That ball was slicing over the head of KD.
So we got action in the bullpen. Yusmeiro Petit warming up. So really, I mean, both pitchers tonight have wobbled a lot.
Well, these are both guys you look at their numbers. Brett Anderson a 1.7 whip, Samardzija 1.6. So no strangers to traffic on the base path.
So here's Hansen. What is he going to do with Samardzija in the on-deck circle?
Well, again, remember, Kite, you've got Chapman back at the hot corner. Hansen's got the ability to fly as well.
No bunt. Did not show bunt on the first pitch. Hansen had a base hit in the second inning. Taps this one. Simeon throws to first. So Hansen gets the runner over, and Samardzija's heading back to the dugout. So there is going to be a pinch hitter. So it looks like it's going to be Austin Slater.
Well, if you're the Giants right now, you've got the opportunity to take the lead and in their mind hopefully not relinquish it, which is why they'll go to Holland to pick up after the work of Samardzija here through 4. Jeff Samardzija having a difficult time of keeping guys off the base path as well.
Infield in for the A's. First pitch to Slater is hit hard in the left field, and that's a base hit. Duggar trots home. Slater with a big turn. And the Giants have taken the lead. So Slater goes after the first pitch he sees from Anderson, and it's an RBI single.
When you come in as a pinch hitter, you've got the scouting report. You know that with runners in scoring position, Brett Anderson has a tendency to go soft early in the count. He was looking for a pitch, and he got it and delivered for the Giants.
So that's going to do it for Brett Anderson. 3 1/3 innings tonight. So both starting pitchers are out early, and it is now a battle of the bullpens. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
team is going to be back in Oakland, and you should too. Join Jose, Ricky, Carney, Steiny, Stu, Storm Davis, Mike Gallego, and more greats. What better way to celebrate the team that swept the Giants back in '89 than bringing them all back during the Battle of the Bay, presented by Gilead Sciences. Grab your tickets at athletics.com/battle for the middle game of the series, Saturday, July 21st at 6:05 p.m.
So it is Saturday night. Some of the gang from the right field bleachers, way out in right center tonight. Marine layer time.
Here it comes.
You can go from a golf shirt to a parka quickly in this ball
right now. That DeLorean headed back to 1988.
Here's Yusmeiro Petit, his 44th appearance, trying to kind of slow things down here a little bit in the fourth inning. And there's a shot toward left center, and that's going to be a base hit. Chris Davis comes up throwing. Chase Darno with a hit. 4 hits in the inning, 2 doubles and 2 singles.
Again, these guys are coming in with a game plan. Yusmeiro Petit always around the plate. And he doesn't have the 96, 97 that you see a lot of guys roll out of the pin with these days. But his ability to locate the baseball is what makes him so good. So the Giants know they're going to get a strike very early in the count here against Petit. And again, the aggressiveness is paying dividends for the Giants early in the count.
So it will be Holland who comes in for San Francisco. He's ready to go down there. And here's Belt. 9 hits in the game for the Giants. Belt takes a fastball a little bit outside. Astros won today at home. They beat the Tigers 9-1. Reddick with a homer, Gaddis with a homer, White with a homer. Reddick hit his 9th, Gaddis hit his 19th, and Garrett Cole got the win. So Cole now 10-2. So the first place Astros win again. Two 2-0 to Belt. Be careful here. Strike. Good pitch. Belt didn't like the call.
That is a heck of a pitch by Petit here. Paint that low curbside fastball.
Shift is on for Belt, and Simeon playing right near second base. Strike 2, exact same spot.
I'll tell you right now, if I'm Fagley and Petit, I'm going to go ahead and take it out there one more time. I'm going to make Brandon Belt beat me that way. I've got the ability to repeat if I'm Yusmeiro Petit. So instead of giving him a chance to spin on something, I'm going to make him beat me my way, my best pitch, and that's a well-located fastball down and away.
So see if Petit can make one more good pitch. Belt went around. Greg Gibson says he went around, and Belt can't believe it.
Thought he was going to go with the fastball. Instead, he selects the curveball down in the zone, and I think
that's a terrible call.
I think Petit and Fagley and the Oakland A's might have had Christmas come a little early.
Christmas present. So 2 outs. And here's McCutchen. McCutchen has lined out, and he has grounded out. Slater at second, Darno at first. Simeon Dives, throws to second, not in time, and the bases are going to be loaded for Posey. So nice play by Marcus Semien. It saved a run.
That's right. It's a good job to keep that ball in the infield here. You can see Semien lays out, knocks it down. Pinder does a good job to get somewhere at second base. Turns himself into a first baseman. Stretches out for the throw, just not in time. But again, if Semien doesn't get to this ball and at least knock it down, that's a run for the Giants.
So big spot in this game. It's only the bottom of the fourth, but the bases are loaded. First pitch is hit high in the air right center, but playable. Piscotty's there, and he's got it. So the Giants get 2, but leave them loaded. 3-2 San Francisco.
It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
All right, we had a little action in between innings. Greg Gibson threw out Brandon Belt. Belt was not done discussing the call on him, and Belt talking to him, and that's it. And Belt really lost his mind.
Yeah. Oh, the good glove toss here. And I don't know if you guys have seen the videos from Holland and Pence, but I've got Belt in the Macho Man voice. Let me tell you something, brother. There's no way I went around on that swing. The back, the barrel, not even close to breaking the plane. Let me tell you something, brother. There's no way I should be out of this ball game right now. You didn't agree, Kai.
So Pablo Sandoval comes in at first base. So that is the replacement for Belt, who is done for the night. So Sandoval will hit second. And we got a new pitcher when it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake expert. So it's Derek Holland, who has been in the rotation for most of the year, but now pitching as a long man out of the bullpen. The numbers 5 and 8, 4.17 ERA. As he faces the top of the A's order. First pitch is a strike. To Holland's credit, he's done a pretty good job.
Well, he has. I mean, and that's obviously going to be what they're looking for Holland to do, is adapt and adjust to the role that he's given, the situation that he finds himself in. And you just wonder if Samardzija, if it's more than just a performance issue after tonight, Maybe there's some lingering health issues. Derek Holland might be a guy to slide right back into that rotation.
So 1-2 the count to Simeon. Piscotty to follow, and then Olsen. Got him swinging. Hard slider down and in. Well, we had a managerial firing tonight, Dallas. What do you think of this? The Cardinals fired Mike Matheny along with hitting coaches John Mabry and Bill Miller. Cardinals a game over 500, but struggling as of late. You see 5-10 in their last 15 games, and since June 12th they're 11-18. So a team that, well, they always seem to have a pretty talented roster, but yeah, a lot of rumblings about what was going on in St. Louis, and finally the front office pulled the trigger. So Mike Matheny, who I think pretty well respected baseball man,
yes,
but he's fired.
Well, there's been a lot of question marks surrounding that organization over the past couple weeks or so. You've got the conversation between Mozeliak and Fowler, the comments, excuse me, made from the GM about Dexter Fowler and his effort or perceived lack of. And now you've got the issues with the bullpen. Bud Norris and some guys kind of not really seeing eye to eye.
That was strange too. The young Jordan Hicks, the young hard throwing reliever, not getting along with Bud Norris.
And so I think it kind of reminds me of that old movie, that old Jim Carrey movie, The Mask. And there's a phrase, tighten your lug nuts, it's time for an overhaul. And that's kind of what I think we're getting here in St. Louis.
I think you're right.
It's a complete shift in culture when you think about Matheny, a guy who had been there for so long behind the plate as a player. You've got him now steering that ship. You've got Yachty behind the dish.
It's still, I mean, they got some good young players, but
you said it, there's a lot of rumblings about kind of how things were going.
2-2 to Piscotty. And swinging. So Holland comes in and strikes out Simeon and Piscotty.
Well, you can see why Holland's been throwing the ball well. He gets it and goes. He's got a game plan. He's got an idea of how he wants to get you out. And while he missed location here, the idea that he's been in and around the zone adds to the forced aggression from the lineup. They know they've got to go. They've got to get off on something early as he's throwing strikes. Got some swing and miss working right now.
Holland was signed as a minor league free agent right before spring training started. Of course, all those years in Texas where he had some good years. Gibby called that a strike?
Sure did. Gibby ain't afraid tonight.
And now it's 0-2. But Derek Holland then went to Chicago last year. He made 26 starts. The numbers were not good, but he was healthy. And he's healthy now. Contributing.
He's healthy and left-handed. But he knows how to pitch. When Derek Holland is right, he can get you some outs. There's no debating. See there, 95 miles an hour. The ball just cut on him and took off.
He started Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So 3 days off, and he's back out there. So he's probably not going to be a 1 inning guy.
No, he's gonna eat up some innings.
Olsen, foul tip. Posey tanks him. And Derek Holland strikes out the side, getting Simeon, Piscotty, and Olsen. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 3-2 San Francisco.
just doesn't belong here. Yeah. So I'm going to need you to not be here right now. We appreciate the fandom, though. No doubt about it.
You know what? She's sporting the Dodger blue.
She is. Unapologetic. You got to respect that.
You know what? If you can walk in this ballpark and do that, you deserve some credit.
I've spent plenty of time in front of the mirror thinking it was a good decision for it to only turn out to bite me in the backside, Cat.
Broken bat. Simeon throws and Crawford is out.
Well, the MLB.TV All-Star Sale is here for $39.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At-Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions do apply, so visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this fire sale. Get it in ya.
Well, here's Gorkis Hernandez, 1 for 2. He led off the 4th inning with the double and then scored. First pitch, strike. Angels beat the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium 5-4 in 10 innings. But they've had some great games in that series. They played last weekend in Anaheim. Angels took 2 out of 3. And then this weekend at Dodger Stadium. But that game today, the Dodgers tied it in the bottom of the 9th inning, 4-4. But then in the top of the 10th, you know, if you're the Dodgers, bring your closer in. Yep. Bang, bang, bang. Get in the dugout and hit in the bottom of the 10th. But Cole Calhoun hit a solo home run off Kenley Jansen in the top of the 10th inning. And that was the difference. 5-4 Angels over the Dodgers.
Cole Calhoun, Anaheim would love to see him really take off.
Popped on the infield. And Pinder has it. So 2 away. Here's Duggar.
Steven Duggar got himself a couple doubles tonight, swung the bat well. Little fillet job out to left last time up off Brett Anderson. See their OPS over 900 for Steven Duggar early on.
2 doubles, 2 runs, and an RBI tonight. Swings through that one.
I think it's something to think about. The Giants are obviously have identified Steven Duggar and what he can do for this club, what he can mean to this club. Think about the Oakland A's, Dustin Fowler. The importance of guys, not only defensively, but can handle the bat either at the very top or bottom of the lineup.
A little bit outside.
You know, I've always thought that guys at the top of the lineup, sure, they've got the ability to hurt you, but they're bat handlers, good bat-to-ball skills. And guys at the bottom of the lineup, well, it's a little ways away from the first 2 slots or so, but still, in my opinion, the same responsibility to pass the baton, let the guys who can really do that damage have an opportunity to do so. So while Duggar might be comfortable near the top, he can do it at both. Sure.
Duggar, a 6th-round pick in 2015 from Clemson University. 2-2. Petit looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning. And he got it. Strike 3 called. Good pitch right on the outside corner. So that's the first 3-up, 3-down inning by an A's pitcher tonight. Everybody having a good time tonight, just like last night. Over 41,000 last night. Looks like it'll be the same attendance tonight, right in that area.
Our little A's fan, he doesn't want to hear it anymore.
Time for a rally. Davis, Chapman, and Pinder, 3 right-handed hitters against Holland. Holland in the 5th inning, his first inning of work, he struck out the side.
You mentioned, Kipe, he started on July 10th against the Cubs. 6 1/3 innings, 8 punch-outs in that outing.
Well, he really was in the rotation.
Yeah.
Because of Samardzija.
Exactly.
Samardzija on the disabled list to start the year. Davis, a fly ball to right, and then a sacrifice fly. Deep left center field in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss.
You see, he's got a really good feel for that cutter, slider, hybrid type pitch.
Well, he's thrown it a lot, and he's getting a bunch of swing and misses.
Well, and what's kind of weird is, you know, it's 89 to 91, 92. We've seen him pop a 95, but that cutter only at 81 to 83-ish at times.
There. That one at 94, so that's a pretty good fastball.
And that's that back whip fastball we talk about. You don't see it a ton. You're not going to be able to see it a ton on the replay here, but what you do see is his ability to locate and bring this thing back over on the inside part of the plate. You can see Posey does a good job of setting up angled on the inside part of the plate, so he's not square. And what that does, if he angles his body on the inside part of the plate, he gives the idea or the perception that this ball is actually, instead of splitting his body line, it's actually towards the plate side, and it catches more of the plate visually for the umpire.
Interesting. Why wouldn't all catchers do that?
A lot of catchers do that, and if they're not angled on the inside part of the plate, you will see guys sway, and that happens on pitches away, that happens on pitches in. And if you can sway your body and split your body line with the pitch as you receive it, you're giving that umpire the visual of this pitch being more linear within the zone than it actually is.
Right down the middle. If it's
That's right. If it's split by body line, it's got to be in the zone, right? Not all the time. But that's a savvy cat you got behind the dish there and busted.
2-1 the count to Chapman, who has walked and scored and hit a fly ball to center field. Game we're keeping an eye on, the Mariners, the Rockies beating the Mariners again. It's 4-1 in the 8th inning in Colorado. So the A's 5 games behind the Mariners for the 2nd wild card. And the Mariners struggling a little bit right now, so the A's trying to take advantage. That's the West. Houston 1. So Seattle now 4.5 back with their game pending. The A's 9.5 back. Angels 2 games over 500, 14 back. Angels 1. Strike 3 call. 5 strikeouts in a row for Derek Holland. Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the Oakland A's into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Coming in hot, Dallas. Looks like there's a little more fog marine layer than last night. It hovers, at least it hovers where you can see it due to the light towers out in center field. That one to right field. And it is off the top of the wall. McCutchen grabs it, and Pinder has a long single. You do not see a right-handed hitter hit a ball out to right field here very often, and Pinder just missed.
And that's what Chad Pinder has the ability to do, is hit balls with authority to all parts of the ballpark. I mean, you watch this kid in BP, and he's dropping head left and right. But for him to go right there up off the top of the bricks, Oppo, on a cold night like this, that just speaks to the raw power that Chad Pinder has. Not an overly large fella, so you might be tricked when you see the ball jump off his bat the way it does. And it's nothing we're not used to.
So here's Fowler, long single for Pinder. So that's the kind of the spray chart for Pinder, but like you said, he's got really good power the other way.
And that right there is a very balanced approach. 24 knocks to the left side, 10 back up the middle, 14 on the right side of the field. You talk about a good hitting approach, right? Back up the box where it came from.
Saw that shot of, I'm sorry, Dal. Saw that shot of the right field wall. And there's kind of a little green hangover there. It's actually tin.
Yes.
And if it hits on top of that, it's a home run. See the green kind of hangover there a little bit, right above it says Levi's Landing. Crawford throws to second, and they got him. So a base hit and a runner left for the A's. Bottom of the 6th coming up. California.com and the NBC Sports app. Bottom of the 6th inning. Giants 3, A's 2. Yusmeiro Petit stays out there. He's got an inning and 2/3 under his belt so far tonight and 18 pitches.
In fact, he's got 14 outings of 2 innings or more of work.
On the right field line. Pop up foul. Yeah, this is normal stuff for Yusmeiro Petit. So to be Hansen in the pitcher spot and top of the order, Darno. So Hunter Pence has come out into the on-deck circle, and Tony Watson is starting to warm up. Left-hander out in the bullpen. So it looks like Holland's night is done after 2 innings.
He rolled in with that marine layer and just threw a blanket over the A's offense. 5 straight punch-outs.
Oh, 2. Hansen 1 for 2. RBI single and a ground out.
Trying to go down the way with that fastball. Petit got some good love last half inning. Call 3 looking. It's double.
And a swing and a miss. Fegley picks it up. He fires to first, and they got Hansen.
All right, well, it's time for Battle of the Bay Art in honor of the Bridge, the new Bay Bridge Series trophy. Local artists, along with NBC Sports and the Oakland A's, are featuring works dedicated to the fiercest rivalry in the Bay going. The Battle of the Bay Art Show, July 20th through the 22nd at the Oakland Coliseum. Tickets at athletics.com/battle.
So they're also having a really the same art show here.
Yeah.
And then next week as well at the Coliseum. So you saw some of the cool pictures. So here's the pinch hitter, Hunter Pence. Pence not really playing a whole lot. He's a bench player now. "17 pinch hit appearances for Pence. And no homers and 11 RBIs. He takes a little bit outside.
He's also a guy who's dealt with some injury issues.
Pretty good career, 220 career home runs. Over 1,600 career hits. Right field. Piscotty's got it. So 2 outs. And now to the top of the order in Chase Darno.
You can tell that wind is playing tricks up there on guys. Outfielders on both sides being very careful. Wind swirling a little bit once you get up over that wall.
Six in a row retired by Yusmeiro Petit. And the pitcher spot will be second in the 7th inning for the A's. Darno tonight has singled twice. He will start at third base. No Evan Longoria. He's getting a little bit closer to coming back, but it's still going to be at least a couple weeks, probably a little bit longer than that. Foul back. 1-2 to Darno.
And if you're the San Francisco Giants, you have to be excited about the fact that you've been able to tread water for this long in this division. It's jam-packed. When you think about teams that are looking to make moves around this time of year, getting a guy like Evan Longoria back, nice little shot in the arm.
It's like a trade.
That's right.
1-2 pitch. Toward right field, more action for Piscotty. He's in over a little bit. And Petit, how about his performance? 2 2/3 innings to keep it a tight game. 3-2 after 6. T-Mobile. Let's do Willie Mays, the Hall of Famer, served in the United States Army from 1952 to 1953. You know the numbers. 24-time All-Star, 2-time National League MVP, finished with 660 career home runs. That's 5th most all-time. The Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, still around the ballpark a fair amount. 660.
Find him out in front of the yard at the Willie Mays Plaza.
New pitcher for the Giants. It's a left-hander by the name of Tony Watson. Watson 2-2 with a 1.67 ERA in 43 games. Watson had some very, very good seasons with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And then last year, the Pirates traded him to the Dodgers. He was a free agent. And the Giants got him on a 2-year contract.
Well, it's a great addition, especially a guy who's throwing the ball so well and from the left side.
Diving attempt by Hansen. He can't get it. And Fegley with a leadoff single. So good start for the A's here in the 7th inning. It is the late innings. And here's Canna.
It's a good job, Fegley, getting on plane with that elevated fastball up in the zone. A lot of times you see guys try to do a little too much with that pitch up in the zone, end up popping it up weakly to the right side. Not the case for Fegley.
So here is Canna, the pinch hitter, hitting for the pitcher. And the pitch is outside. Career numbers as a pinch hitter for Canna. That's Lou Trevino in the A's bullpen. Canna played last night. He was 0 for 4. Missed again. Now it's 2-0.
Tony Watson featuring a little bit of a reverse split action.
Home runs off left-handed pitchers.
Yeah.
Canna's got 9.
There's no doubt Romel has these numbers in the dugout with him. You want an opportunity to pop one and change the game.
Down the line. Long run, and Crawford slides. He can't get it. So the count will be 2-1.
It's a good job by Crawford to sell out here. He's got one option to either catch it or become really close friends with the tarp.
Marcus Semien will be next. Top of the 7th. It's a 1-run game.
Yeah, those splits for Tony Watson, 195 against righties. 231 average against lefties.
Strike. 2-2. Watson, Will Smith, 2 late-inning left-handers for the Giants, and we'll probably see them both tonight.
Yep, guys that can run it up there as well, 93, 94, 95 at times.
Fegley short lead at first. And that one just off the plate, and now it's a full count. Straightaway defense for Canna. Left field, deep, and that baby's gone. Mark Canna, another homer against a lefty, and the A's lead 4-3. That was about halfway up the seats and left. pinch hit two-run homer for Canada to give the A's the lead. I think he was looking for something and he got it.
You know it.
So more late inning heroics by the Athletics. We're used to it at this point.
7th inning. Home runs. Away ballparks.
And that's inside, and now it's 2-1. The third home run that Watson has allowed this year. So those are the late inning runs. 3-1.
We talk a lot about guys just stepping up, given the opportunity, provided the opportunity, the ability to pop homers throughout the lineup. Mark Canha gets the nod. First career pinch hit home run.
Crawford can't get it. Simeon's got a base hit.
Well, Mark Canha, you said it, Kipe. He gets the call, he gets the nod, finds himself in a fastball count. He knows it, and he's letting you know. Hey, boys, I know the cable cars don't run at night here, but you're looking to get somewhere, I got your back. All aboard! Next stop, Pound Town!
You see where this one lands. That is at least halfway up the bleachers.
Just glad it stayed fair.
So a single, a homer, and a single against Watson, and the A's have the lead.
Good shot of the side swing there from Canha. The balance. He thought better of. You know, I do want to see how far that goes, actually.
The 1-0 to Piscotty. So Trevino is loose. He's just kind of standing now on the mound. Missed again. 2-0.
You know, that's not an easy spot for Trevino, as we see Ray Black cranking it up for the Giants. But for Trevino here, got a runner on first, nobody out. The opposing pitcher struggling a little bit. You've got to do a really good job of making sure you don't get too cold and making sure you don't.
That's true. Because it is cold now.
Extend yourself, exactly. So there is an art to staying loose in a situation like this. And sometimes you'll see guys go 1-1 or 2-1, meaning for every one pitch thrown in the game, you'll throw a pitch in the bullpen. Maybe not max speed, max effort, but just enough to keep the body warm and lubed up. Or you go 2-1 again for every 2 pitches thrown in the game. But there's an artwork to what Trevino is doing right now.
So 3-1 to Piscotty, who's 1 for 3. And he takes it low, and it's a walk. 4 straight hitters have reached base. And Tony Watson having a good year, but this may be his worst outing of the year.
I'm going to bring out Kurt Young, the pitching coach, but you're right. Single to Fegley, the homer to Canha. Gives up the knock to Simeon. We're going to take a look at StatCast. It's going to give us all the dirty details on that blast from Canha, 106 off the barrel, 29-degree angle out of here, 434 feet away from home plate. He got it. He knew it. He made sure everybody in the dugout knew it too. And he caught a glimpse himself on the way to first, making 3 left turns.
So here's Olsen. Simeon at second, Piscotti at first. And that pitch misses outside. Watson scuffling big time. It could be that this is his last hitter.
There's a good chance here. See what you can get against the lefty out of him.
So 1-1 to Matt Olson, heating in the 3rd spot with Jed Lowry not in the lineup tonight.
You know what we haven't seen from Tony Watson is the ability to command the breaking ball in the zone for strikes. Talk about that being something very necessary for guys pitching in the late portion of the ball game. You've got to be able to spin the breaking ball for strikes, otherwise guys will just start eliminating stuff and the innings can get very long very quick.
Yeah, he coming into this appearance, Dallas, he's only walked 8 in 43 innings. Pitch, and that one got in a little bit on Olsen, and just got a piece of it. So now the count is even, 2-2. So the A's now with a 4-3 lead, but nothing wrong with adding on to that.
Not at all. They're in a position to do so. A couple guys on, nobody out. Got the meat and potatoes coming up.
2-2 pitch. And they got him swinging as Olsen chased a high fastball. So that's the first out here in the 7th inning.
And there's that 94.
Bruce Bochy, excuse me, Dallas. Bruce Bochy's coming out. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
So the A's with a pinch hit 2-run homer by Mark Canha have taken the lead here 4-3, top of the 7th inning. 2 on, 1 out. Chris Davis is the hitter, and he's going to face a young man that throws kind of hard.
Yeah, up to 104, Kipe. He can let it eat, and if you're hungry, he's got cheese biscuits for you, no doubt about it. This is a guy that they think that can make an impact here in the latter part of the ball game for the Giants. He's dealt with some injury issues, bounced back from shoulder surgery a while ago, had the elbow cleaned out. Saw him only make 3 appearances last year towards the end of the season. You're talking about that kind of gasoline. Look out.
He's made 2 appearances in his big league career. So here's Chris Davis. First pitch. And it's a slider at 85.
Yep.
So in for a strike. Last day's pinch hit home run, Jake Smolinski. That was right here last year. That was a huge one. It was one of the make that 2 years ago. That was one of the better wins of that year. This team scoring back. 98, and it's a quick 0-2 to Chris Davis. And Davis will take a step out. Matt Chapman waiting in the on-deck circle. Dancing around at second base was Simeon. Black took a glance back and then stepped off. Pitch, 100 miles an hour, and it's a little high. Black is 6'5", 230 pounds. He's 28 years old, and as Dallas said, injuries have just been an issue.
It's no fun dealing with your shoulder injury.
Got him swinging. So that's the slider at 87.
Anytime you're working with 100+ miles an hour, you know the hitters have to get it ready and get it going very early. Decision-making time is a heck of a lot quicker than with some other guys. So when you start working in the 87s, 88s, 90s with the breaking ball, it's a tough AB for folks.
So 2 outs. A's need a base hit here from Chapman. Chapman walked and scored in the second, and he hit a fly ball to center field. And he struck out against Holland in the 6th. Simeon runs. They both run. Posey's going to throw to second, and it hits the runner. And Simeon stays at third. I thought the A's were going to get a run there. Just watching Posey's throw, you could tell it was going to be toward the first base side of second base. Now you're hoping it kicks away somewhere.
And that's exactly what you were hoping for. And you can see Hansen go down to a knee almost on his backside here, anticipating this ball coming right to him off that hop. He wanted to make sure he could get every bit of his frame in front of that thing and keep it in the infield.
Swing and a miss. So 1-1 the count. So now a base hit could score 2. Swing and a miss. 101.
And that's your best, my best right here. 1-2, 100 miles an hour in the tank.
Fans love velocity, don't they?
Oh, you bet.
Got him swinging. Nasty stuff from Ray Black as he strikes out Chapman, but the A's have the lead as we have reached the 7th inning stretch thanks to this swing of the bat from Mark Canha. Bottom of the 7th coming up, 4-3 A's lead.
California is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
Lombard Street in San Francisco. A's trying to even up this series at a game apiece, leading 4-3. And when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. Here's Lou Trevino. He of the terrific season, 7-1 with a 1.31 ERA, 23 hits allowed in 41 innings.
It's complete dominance, Kike. Complete and utter dominance out of the back end of the bullpen for the Oakland A's, and Lou Trevino is a massive part of that. Get a look at a reason why right there. 94 slider. He'll get the century mark as well, just like our boy Ray Black we just saw. Some serious horsepower at the back end of this ball game.
Foul back. Story goes that Lou Trevino, down in the minor leagues, watching Ray Black, heard about the velocity, kind of watched where was this velocity coming from, and started to mimic him a little bit, and it's helped Trevino very early on in his career, and now you have a couple of very hard throws. So 1-2 the count to Sandoval, hitting for the first time. Belt thrown out of the game. It was in the fourth inning. So that is why Sandoval is in there and hitting here. McCutchen to follow, and then Posey. Up and away, 98 miles an hour.
And Trevino is also one of those guys who we've seen throughout the year. He's not just pigeonholed into one inning. He'll go get you 2+ if necessary. And that's really what's made this bullpen so special.
Well, in Oakland A's history, look at some of the names on this list. Most wins by a rookie reliever. Dave Beard back in 1982, 110. Dukeshire, Bailey, Cadaret, Cook, Devine, Bob Lacey back in 1977. 2-2 pitch, strike 3 called on the outside corner, right on the corner. Perfect pitch by Trevino.
That's right. Sweelu goes with the amplified heater, and then he backs it up with this 92-mile-an-hour slide ball on the backside. Pablo, can I get you anything? No thanks, just looking.
So here's McCutchen, who's 1 for 3. Pitch down and away. Yusmeiro Petit deserves a lot of credit. 2 2/3 innings, just 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. If the A's win this game, he will be one of the heroes of the game.
You know, for me, I think about high leverage situations. I think about a game like this, and I think about the responsibility of a Yusmeiro Petit.
Absolutely.
And maybe it's not a ton of traffic on the base pass when he comes in, but early in the ball game, being asked to cover, who knows, 2, 3, maybe even 4, you just never know, but you can't allow that to creep into your mindset. You just got to go get outs, and that's exactly what Petit's done.
Strike 2, 99 miles an hour, right on the corner. So McCutchen has not been able to pull the trigger.
Less than a half a second to make that decision.
And that one could have been called a strike. It was not. And Trevino is just painting the corner.
You'd love to get that pitch if you can.
Look at that.
Vic Carapazza has been generous out there.
Ripped foul. Now that one hung on the inner half a little bit. Well, the good news is you make a mistake and you just get a foul ball out of it.
The margin for error is definitely a little greater. And you can reach back and go get hundos.
And that one down and away. So now the count is full. Anderson went 3 1/3. Petit 2 2/3. Trevino last pitched on Thursday in Houston, and he got the save. And there's the 3-2 pitch that misses outside, and it's a walk. So Trevino got ahead of McCutchen, but couldn't put him away.
Well, our 50th anniversary celebration continues with 8 lucky fans winning a signed anniversary ball by a member of our 50th anniversary team. Plus, the winner gets 2 free tickets to the September 4th game against the Yankees. That's right, the Evil Empire. Simply text the word "signed" to 60946 between now and July 24th. Remember, message and data rates do apply, so see full rules at athletics.com for details. But come on, be part of our 50th anniversary season and text "signed." Again, 60946. Get it done today.
First pitch to Posey is just a bit outside. Posey 2 for 3 in the game tonight. He's 4 for 7 in the series. McCutchen still pretty good speed at first. And he runs. Fegley's throw is high, and Pinder tried to leap up and then get the tag on maybe the feet of McCutchen as he slid headfirst by, but could not quite do it. So a stolen base.
This right here, this bag was stolen purely on Trevino here, and this is just a great job of McCutchen anticipating and timing the delivery of Trevino. You can see there an outstanding jump by McCutchen, turns his head to avoid getting kicked in the nugget.
So the count 2-0 to Posey. And hit right off the end of the bat. Is he checking the cup of his bat? Must have been that cut fastball.
I tell you what, pay attention to Andrew McCutchen out there at second base, because we talked about the timing he had on Trevino here. You've got a righty at the dish and Buster Posey, count 2-1. Might be an opportunity for McCutchen, if he thinks he can do it, to swipe third and gain another 90 feet. Got Chapman playing back deep on the grass.
He's inching off, dancing around a little bit. Strike on the inside corner.
And now with 2 strikes, I think that'll go away here.
On deck is Crawford.
But if you're Fegley back there now, 2-2, obviously you'd like to dispose of Buster Posey with a strikeout if possible. Looking for something down in the dirt, you've got to make sure you can body up and block, keep this thing in front of you. McCutchen's going to be getting a good secondary lead.
And Posey just barely got a piece of it. "18 pitches for Trevino." Good tense ball game tonight. Last night was too, until the last couple innings. Things got away a little bit.
Some big hits tonight, last night as well.
Pinder trying to keep McCutchen as close as he can. Trevino steps off momentarily. Grounded, foul. Chapman dove and caught it. Barry Gibson waved it off.
And you can hear the fans start to boo. The boo birds are out. But let me tell you something, fans. You got away with one here, because Matt Chapman gets up and makes this throw, and Buster Posey's about 45 feet down the line. Posey would have had no shot at being safe at first base. And though you would have had a runner at third base, it would be with 2 outs. And I like Trevino's odds.
he would have thrown him out.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's not even a question.
So 2-2 the count.
I know the fans here don't like it, and the fans at home might not be too excited about what we're seeing here with the step off and the hold and the inside move there. But again, Andrew McCutcheon went ahead and took 90 feet and has been thinking about taking 90 more ever since he got there. So you've got to do something to disrupt the timing of both the hitter and the runner.
Two pitches low, and now it's full count. So good battle here between very good reliever and a very good hitter. Fowler, the center fielder, shifted a little bit toward right center. Posey hits the ball that way pretty well. Canna is deep and left. Two pitch, got him swinging. And broke him down a little bit.
That's a big league pitch, Kite. 3-2, you're engaged in a heck of a battle. Horsepower versus horsepower. And instead of stepping on the gas, he uses his brain. Nice little slider with depth in the bottom of the zone there. It's an outstanding job by Josh Fagley as well behind the dish to know they can execute here, and they're going to give that free pass to Brandon Crawford.
So it'll be Gorkis Hernandez that Lou Trevino is going to face with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It feels like the 9th inning. It's only the 7th.
High leverage situations, the innings that could potentially dictate the game do not always come in the 9th. And that's what we're seeing here.
Hernandez is 1 for 3, a ground out, a double and a run scored, and a pop out to second. First pitch, pretty good rip by Hernandez, but a pretty good spot by Trevino right on the outside corner. Such late movement, and if you pull off at all, you got no chance.
You run out of bat very quickly, especially with the velocity of this pitch. That's what makes these guys so tough to square up. 9,800-mile-an-hour guys, devastating wipeout off speed, very uncomfortable at bats.
Check swing, and he did not go 97 miles an hour. It was actually a pretty close pitch.
Yeah, it was in the box of integrity. Should have been a strike.
Where's Greg Gibson when you need him?
Come on, give it.
Right center, Fowler's there, and he's got it. So Trevino gets out of the jam, and the Giants strand a pair. 8th inning coming up.
America's first hybrid minivan. Test drive one today.
A's 4, Giants 3, top of the 8th inning. And when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. It's Mark Melanson, the right-hander, who comes in. Melanson, 15 appearances, no record, a 2.57 ERA. He spent quite a bit of time on the disabled list. But back healthy and pitching here in the 8th inning, facing Pinder, Fowler, and Fegley.
It's a guy they would love to have start to figure things out for them, no doubt. Obviously went out and got him in an effort to shore up the latter part of the ball game.
Yeah, he got a big contract, 4-year deal, but then injured last year, had surgery. Missed the first couple months of this year. And that one's going to drop into right field. Pinder with a base hit.
It's time now for the Ford Smart Play of the Day, brought to you by your California Ford dealers. And that honor will go to this man right here, Yusmeiro Petit, 2 2/3 of 2-hit shutout baseball for him. 3 strikeouts, only 29 pitches. But high leverage situation coming very early in the game for the Oakland A's, and Yusmeiro Petit is the reason that the A's are in the position they're in right now. An opportunity, hopefully, to win the ball game.
Fowler takes the first pitch in for a strike.
And you've got a guy like Yusmeiro Petit that you can count on to keep you where you're at, hold the offense at bay, and give you an opportunity to scratch some across and get deep into their bullpen. It matters.
Well, what happened tonight is exactly what you got Petit for.
That's right. That's right.
If you're behind or it's close, or even if you're up by a run, but your starter's really scuffling around, and you got to get somebody in there for maybe innings 4, 5, and 6.
Talk a lot about the 6th and 7th inning kind of being that bridge to the back end of the bullpen. Well, that's a guy who can do the job of potentially 2, maybe even 3 guys at times.
So 1 and 2 to Fowler. Cute foul. Interesting, Dallas. The A's bullpen is quiet. Lou Trevino threw 24 pitches in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, I think you look at it like this: 24 pitches. You're going to bring him back out. You got the All-Star break coming up. Blake Trinan's also an individual who has the ability to go multiple innings if necessary, so it might be a hitter-to-hitter type situation for Lou in the 8th, and you call on Trinan.
Big chopper towards second, and the out will be at first. So Fowler is retired, but a productive out as Pinder gets to second base. So another opportunity for the A's to get an insurance run. Well, in the 8th inning, you'll have a left-handed hitter, Duggar. A switch hitter in Hansen, who is much better hitting left-handed than he is right-handed, and then the pitcher spot. So here's Fegley. Fegley's had a productive night, a sacrifice fly, a line out, and then he opened up the 7th inning with a base hit to right field, and he scored on Canna's home run, and that is the difference in the game. Fegley swings and misses. Ball dropping down out of the strike zone.
Yeah. Melanson getting on top of that slider there. His fastball slider combination, obviously loves the cutter as well.
It sounds like he's getting a little more velocity back each time he goes out. Not close. Canna waits in the on-deck circle. Straightaway defense on Fegley. Tapped foul. Rockies beat the Seattle Mariners again, 4-1 in Colorado. So the Mariners have lost 7 out of their last 10. Gray beat LeBlanc, and if the A's could hang on and win, Dallas. The A's would just be 4 games behind the Mariners for that second wild card spot. 4. That's it.
You're creeping. You're knocking. They want to get ahead of themselves. You've been playing an exciting and competitive brand of baseball over the last 3 weeks to a month or so. Good job by Posey there to block that. But you're right, as we continue to talk about the out-of-town scoreboard and how it looks, those games start to matter to you. You want to be able to create as much separation as possible given the opportunity. That's the position the A's are in right now if they can hold the lead here in San Francisco.
Two and 2 to Fegley. Shallow right field. McCutchen hustling in, and he's going to get there and make the catch. So that is the second out. Well, listen, if there's nobody warming up in the bullpen, Lou Trevino's going back out there.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the guy may wait till there's 1 out. So we're going to see Trevino back out there. So here's Canna, the big hit in the game, a pinch hit home run in the 7th, 2-run shot. Canna got a pitch from Watson that was up and out over the plate.
He did not miss. Mark the Canada man can. Mark Canna. And again, Kipe, he knew it. We all knew it. You want to talk about a big AB for Canna. First career pinch hit home run. Always a pressure-packed situation for a hitter.
Shoots that one down toward the far end of the A's dugout.
Cole and Dowdy, the 2 bullpen catchers there. Watch your lips, boys. Went off the backside of old Dowdy there. You know, they got all that gear on, right?
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
They
I never
should just
understood.
block it,
No, I
right?
never
Just block it.
I don't get it. What are you afraid of?
So 0-2. Top of the 8th inning. Blocked by Posey on a pitch that was in the dirt.
There's a curveball again from Melanson. Trying to get you to fish for that and chase. If he throws it for a strike, I think he might be giving Cannon an opportunity. He likes that cutter. I think he might be trying to go cutter away again.
A little flare. It could work. McCutcheon makes the catch. Not quite. So leadoff single, nothing else for the A's. Bottom of the 8th coming up. The Dealers. Good ball game. Tight with the A's leading 4-3. 4-8-0 for the A's. 3-10-0 for the Giants. Both starters struggled. So battle of the bullpens and the big hit. Marcana, 2-run pitch hit homer. That was in the top of the 7th inning. So bottom of the 8th. So Lou Trevino is back out there. Blake Trinan is warming up in the bullpen. So Bob Melvin's going to mix and match this somehow to get the final 9 outs between these two guys. He's got 3 of the 9 so far. Duggar to lead it off.
And Trevino can work his way with some early outs.
That's an early out as Duggar goes after the first pitch and hits a fly ball to left field.
Again, if they can keep rolling out some early outs, that's going to help the cause for Trevino and for Trinan. You can see there the most pitches under Trevino's belt in one game, 49.
Yeah, that was a long extra inning game. That was also before Lou Trevino was the setup guy. So here's Hansen with Nick Hundley, a right-handed hitter, coming out into the on-deck circle. First pitch is a strike. Hansen 1 for 3. That's Hundley. He would be the last position player that the Giants have available. Couple of lefties. On the right, Will Smith. Hansen had an RBI single in the second. That was batting right-handed. And he swung at a ball. That's a tough pitch to hit.
Tough pitch to hit, even tougher pitch to lay off of. You're thinking inside, all right, I might be able to open up the hips and let this thing fly. Maybe beat him to a spot. Not the case. That thing just kept boring in on the hands of Hansen.
And he got it. Same pitch, not quite as inside, but kind of a weak swing by Hansen. So 2 outs.
When we think about soft breaking balls coming down and into lefties and that being a nitro zone, and we all know that lefties like to take that ball down and in and drop the head on it. When you're talking 92 with movement in towards the hitter, you don't have the opportunity to try to get that foot down and spin and beat him to a spot. No.
So here's Hundley pinch hitting. Does have a pinch hit home run this year. pitch. Hit foul off the facing of the A's dugout. 30 pitches for Trevino. This is just tonight with his 31 pitches. 59% covers.
It's a steady diet of velocity and movement.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's a little different because you're seeing Melanson on the other side throw his 91-mile-an-hour cutter. And that can be as good as it gets at times. You roll out there Trevino, 100 miles an hour on deck with 92 to 94 movement and depth.
And there it is. It just moves away from a right-handed hitter, and that one really wasn't the high velocity.
No, well, and what he does, you talk about a cutter and what type of pitch it is. A lot of time, you know, it's a one-plane pitch. You like to just quite literally have it cut along the same plane. But anytime you're able to start to add some depth and tilt to that pitch, you've got yourself more than one offering.
And that one just a little bit low. Hundley took it, so now it's a full count.
Trying to bring that fastball back over the outside part of the plate. Catch Hundley looking, maybe giving up on that perceived cutter. Instead, it's that two-seamer. Now we got 3-2.
Big bouncer, foul. Chapman grabs it in foul territory. Sean Manaea, Andrew Suarez, a couple of lefties tomorrow in the series finale, wrapping up the first half. He's trying to hold on here and even up this series at a game apiece. Grounded toward Pinder, who scoops it up, throws, and what a job by Lou Trevino. So he gets this game to the ninth inning, 4-3. Lead. So Lou Trevino, 36 pitches in his 2 innings of work. And you know what? The A's needed every one of them.
They identified their horse early on, and it was Lou Trevino. Came up and grabbed that setup roll by the horns and has not let go.
Lefty Ty Block is the new pitcher. 6th pitcher in the game. Samardzija, Holland, Watson, Black, Melanson, and Block. Tony, the guy who has probably been the Giants' best reliever this year is the guy that the A's got to, Tony Watson.
Yeah.
Three and 2 now to Marcus Semien, who's 2 for 4. He's got a couple of singles. 3 for 8 in the series. Strike 3 called. Looked like a high strike. Semien can't believe it. So he's going to have a chat with Vic Carapaz. They're still talking.
Well, the Ricky Henderson Bobbleheads giveaway is here. What better way to celebrate the man of steel than a giveaway featuring Ricky's fast feet? Grab your tickets at athletics.com/battle for Sunday, July 22nd versus the Giants in the finale of the Battle of the Bay presented by Gilead Sciences. Celebrate Oakland's national treasure, Ricky Henderson, with the best bobbleheads going. Athletics.com/battle today.
All right. Looking forward to seeing it. Here's Piscotty. Piscotty, a line out, a double, a strikeout, and a walk. He has scored a run, and he has stolen a base. Trining is warming up and ready to roll out in the bullpen. Driven toward left center field, and nobody's going to get it. And one hops the wall. Piscotty will have his 2nd double of the night.
The Oakland A's have an opportunity to tack on some insurance here late in the ball game. Always welcome. Piscotty gets something off speed here. Stays out over the heart of the zone. He's able to handle it. Pounds that ball up into the gap.
So here's Matt Olson with the pitcher spot due next. Jed Lowry has come out into the on-deck circle. Olson is 0 for 4. He has struck out a couple of times. This one grounded toward Crawford, who was playing behind second base. His throw just in time. So 2 outs with Piscotty now at 3rd, and here comes Lowry. So if nothing else, it's just great to see Lowry in the game.
Well, we knew that he'd be available off the bench. We knew he wasn't going to start the ball game. But here you've got the opportunity, as we talked about, to scratch some insurance across. And who better than Jed Lowry, man at the plate.
See if he can come through, stretch out this lead just a little bit. Swings and misses. So it was his left leg that was injured last night, so that would be his front leg here.
Correct. So something to pay attention to, the ability to not only transfer weight, but withstand the energy from the backside to front.
This is what happened last night. Looked like a harmless pop-up till right about here.
Again, you can see Piscotty come in and crash. Like to see some communication to avoid stuff like that, but we got Jed here, so we're all right.
0-2. And a pitch a little bit high. In the 9th inning, it'll be Darno, Sandoval, McCutchen. If anybody gets on Posey, that's who Trinan will face. So top of the order. check swing, fouled right back, and then rolls back onto the field. Nick Martini, Franklin Barreto, Jonathan Lucroy. Those are the three position players that have not been used. And as I said, the Giants have used all of those. Strike three call. Outside corner. Lowry disagrees. So we are headed to the bottom of the ninth, folks. The All-Star Trident coming in.
California is brought to you by Toyota. Designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. By Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
4-3, A's lead the Giants. It's the bottom of the ninth inning, and the All-Star Blake Trinan is on. So how about this, Dallas? You got the All-Star closer, right? Sensational all year. Going up against the team that has the most walk-off wins in the big leagues. 8. What a great ninth inning, huh?
You've got to love the test. Again, two teams who have had success. With the Giants at home, the A's on the road.
First pitch to Chase Darno is a 99-mile-an-hour fastball in there for a strike. Darno 2 for 4. Sandoval to follow, and then McCutchen. There's the note. Oh, 1 pitch, check swing, and he went around, says Vic Carapazza, the home plate umpire. Called it himself.
The Giants aren't too happy about that.
So 0-2 to Darno. He's got 2 singles. And he struck him out. 3 pitches. Darno has gone 99 miles an hour. And it's a sinker.
It's time now for the Chrysler drive of the game. And that dude right there, Mark Canha, coming up huge with the pinch hit homer. Big blast, much needed.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval takes a strike. 99 on the inside corner.
Yeah, you can see Pablo look back and kind of double check and make sure. Don't give up on that thing. It ain't done. Even at 99, still a lot of work left on that heater.
Kind of a soft line drive into the glove of Marcus Semien. 2 outs. And here's McCutchen. Trinan looking for save number 24. McCutchen is 1 for 3. He's got a single and a walk. First pitch, a touch low at 99 again. Three for 8 against Trinan in his career. Well, the last time Trinan pitched was Monday. Got a little extra.
Sure, feeling good.
A little extra gasoline in the tank. To a pitch, missed inside. So 3-0 with Posey in the on-deck circle. And that one is a strike on the inside corner.
You can see Trinan switch it up there and go with the 4-seam fastball, something with a little truer ball flight. That's why you don't see that heavy sink there. Time to go back to that sinker. Just start this thing outer third. Let that velocity and movement do the work for you.
And he walked in. So not quite finished yet. So a couple of all-stars will do battle with the game on the line. And I stand corrected, Dallas. Trinan pitched on Tuesday. It was the crazy training game. Posey has never had a hit against Trinan. 0 for 7 in his career. Tonight he's 2 for 4. McCutchen thought about going. Now he did the exact same thing in the 7th inning. He walked Posey up and he stole the bag. So A's have to decide how much attention do we put on McCutchen trying to get into scoring position.
I'd like to see that at a Matt Chapman as well. Slow the game down just a little bit. He's noticed his closer has been a little erratic, unable to locate consistently.
Long look in. Now he's ready. And that one is low, and now it's 2-0. He asks for time. He steps back out. Outfield is very deep and shifted a little bit toward right center. Sounded like it may have been a broken bat. He got in from the 97-mile-an-hour pitch.
Buster likes that pitch in. He can get to it, but with 98-99. Good movement, boring down and in on his hands.
So 2-1 the count. Posey's got a new piece of lumber. No, call the strike. Little delayed call by Vic Carapazzo.
That thing ain't done working yet.
It's a strike.
It's going to come on back.
Perfect pitch. So 2-2 the count. And it's just off the plate. So full count.
That's a heck of a take by Buster Posey here.
So with 3-2, 2 outs, that helps the runner. He will be taken off. McCutchen goes. Here's the pitch. Check swing foul. Ball was running up and in a little bit on Posey.
Said Buster likes it up, he likes it in.
That would have been a tough one to get to. So we'll do 3-2, 2 outs again. Missed outside. Pretty good at bat. So now the tying run is in scoring position. The winning run's at first. 2 outs for Brandon Crawford. Crawford is a struggling hitter right now.
You can see the attack plan for Trinan. Away, 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 away. Show him in if need be. Try to get the swings if you can. If not, force him to beat you the other way.
So a full mound visit here with the entire infield. What a great game, huh?
It's been amazing. It has been a action-packed ball game early on. Some big hits, some big innings, some pitching performances. The Bay Area fans have been treated to a great one tonight.
Yep. So here's Crawford, 3 hits in his last 34 at-bats. 0 for 2 tonight. He's been hit by a pitch and he has walked. Trinan, quick check. And the first pitch is inside. So neither of the runners at this point really being held on. No reason to.
And if you're Blake Trinan, you've got one man on your mind right now. You see 3 people, the catcher Vic Carapazzo and Brandon Crawford, and you're only worried about one of them.
And that's low. 98 miles an hour, and now the strike zone's moving a little bit on Trinan. So 2-0. Crawford digs back in. And he got a Fastball out over the plate, and then he fouls it down the left field line to make the count 2-1.
See Trinan going back to that four-seam fastball. He's had a difficult time locating that sinker. Whether it's running in on the righties or he's just jerked it glove side against the lefties and not been able to get back to the plate.
The 21st pitch coming up here for Trinan in the 9th. Swing and a foul back. Right at the top of the strike zone, and now it's 2-2.
And again, that's four-seam cheese, top of the zone. I felt like he threw a couple pretty good sliders to Posey. It might be time to go to one here.
Back leg. Trinan steps off. Two and two. That one tapped just foul. 94 miles an hour.
And there it was. That's that slider.
I think he wants it at that back foot of Crawford. That one
that was
sat in the middle of the plate a little bit.
That is way too good of a pitch. 2-2. Blake will tell you that he wants to bury this thing. You can see where Fagley's setting up, down and in. You called it, Kite, that back foot. If he can get it there, the Oakland A's are clapping hands.
And there it was, and he struck him out, and that's the ball game. So he went with the slider, and he strikes out Crawford. And this game is over, and this series is tied at a game apiece. And that, folks, is a good baseball game.
Well, he threw a couple good sliders, like I said, in the Posey at bat, and I felt like right here he was going to throw a better one than that 94 mixer in the middle of the plate, and he did. Right back to it. 89, got on top of the baseball, through the front of it, and Brandon Crawford comes up empty.
So 3 hours and 10 minutes, sellout crowd of 41,970 saw it, and the A's even up the series at a game apiece. What a ball game tonight. The A's beat the Giants 4-3. Time now for A's post-game live. The guys are standing by in the studio. Here's Brody Brazil.